Hi, I'm Lisa Hostetler Brown, and this is Legally Speaking with LawyerLisa. Well, last week's episode was all about estate planning mistakes, and we got a lot of feedback on that, so we're going to give you a few more tips. We're going to start first with asset titling instructions. If you have gone and gotten a trust set up, a revocable trust or an irrevocable trust, you should have gotten an instruction sheet. We call it an asset titling sheet. This asset titling instruction sheet is very important for you to follow. You're getting specific guidance custom made for you from your attorney to make sure that all of your assets align with the trust that's been created for you. And I'm going to give you a little tip. If you don't follow those instructions and then you pass away, it's a mess. A lot of your assets are still going to have to go through probate. And that's probably why you set up the trust in the first place. So make sure that you go back, check your asset titling instruction sheet, and make that part of this year's to-do for you. Check one item off at a time, just start working on it and get it done. Now, if you are sick, if you are ill, you need to make that a priority, because if you get sick and you are unable to move stuff for yourself, now your agent's going to have to do that. And if that power of attorney has limited powers in it, there might be limitations on what they can do to put assets where they need to go. So make sure that you take care of this. The other issue that we have is a lot of people have out-of-state documents. So if you have moved to the state from another state and you haven't had your documents reviewed, this is important because South Carolina has very specific rules for what documents need to look like when you need to use them later. It's not going to feel like a problem for you right now because nobody's having to use your documents. But if you get sick and your agent needs to handle your finances or make healthcare decisions for you or try and avoid probate by moving assets around, there may be things that they can't do that you thought you had planned for when you lived in another state. So if you are new to the state or you haven't updated your documents since you got here, it's really time to look at that again. And speaking of which, if it's been a long time, this is another common mistake in estate planning. There have been so many new law changes. We have just been going through the whole new Big Beautiful Bill Act that's coming out. It's already in effect, and it's going to affect a lot of things we do from a tax standpoint, from the incentives that we're taking advantage of. Your estate plan is the same thing. If you did your documents 5, 10, 15 years ago, and you're not current on what the law changes have been, it's time to get a review. So schedule a consultation, get your documents looked at, make sure you're filling out a questionnaire so they're current with what your current situation is as well. But you need to make sure that it incorporates all of the new law changes, all of the things that may have happened since you originally made those documents. And listen, if those documents are really old or you've had big life changes since then, this is a good opportunity for you to not be an estate planning mistake and get your documents updated. We have more tips and more mistakes that you can avoid on our website. Scan the QR code on the bottom of the screen and you'll have that information at your hand. So if you want to look and see, hey, maybe I'm doing this wrong, we've got all that information for you. I'm Lisa Hostetler Brown, and this is Legally Speaking with LawyerLisa.